You got a great jazz voice, Tom. Leave that pop stuff alone. You got to come with me. And I said, Frank, I love it all. I do.
That's obviously worked for you.
At the age of 84, Tom Jones finally admitted that she was the love of his life, after many years of silence. Why did he choose this time to make it public? Who is that mysterious woman, and what is so special about their love story that moved the whole world? Don't miss the surprising love story of the Welsh music legend in the article below. Tom Jones' affairs and public image. Tom's career reached incredible heights, but his personal life created controversies that made headlines. The Welsh crooner built a reputation that went way beyond the reach and influence of his powerful vocals and energetic performances during his decades in the spotlight. The 1960s saw Tom's star rise as his magnetic stage presence and raw sexuality became his trademark. His hip-swinging, tight-pants-wearing performer image drew attention from frenzied female fans who threw their undergarments on stage during his performances. This behavior, rare before Tom's time, became a defining feature of his shows. Fame opened doors to countless indiscretions backstage. Tom openly admitted to sleeping with up to 250 different women when his fame peaked, sometimes with multiple women in a single night. Catherine Berkery became his most talked-about affair, which led to a son named Jonathan in 1988. DNA tests confirmed his paternity, but Tom denied it for years. He acknowledged Jonathan in 2008, though they never met. Mary Wilson of the Supremes also caught Tom's attention. On top of that, his 3-year affair with Marjorie Wallace, Miss World 1973, grabbed headlines when photographers caught them kissing on a Barbados beach. Wallace lost her Miss World crown because of the scandal. Tom defended these indiscretions as part of an entertainer's lifestyle. He split his life into compartments, keeping his international sex symbol status separate from his role as a husband and father at home. Melinda Trenchard, known as Lady Linda, stayed intensely private, unlike her husband's flamboyant public persona. She rarely showed up at Tom's performances and stayed away from the limelight almost completely, different from many celebrities' spouses. Linda handled Tom's infidelities with dignity and pragmatism. Tom's childhood sweetheart and their son's mother managed to keep what friends called a don't ask, don't tell policy about his tour behavior. All the same, some scandals proved impossible to overlook. Linda's reaction became legendary when she saw Tom's affair with Miss World Marjorie Wallace on the newspaper front pages. Tom remembered one confrontation. "I stood there and took it. She chinned me. She punched and shouted." Another famous incident saw her beating him after discovering an affair, prompting Tom to say, "She's the most important thing in my life." An unbelievable woman. Linda's pain remained private. David Furnish, Elton John's husband, observed, "Linda has been in the background for most of Tom's life and has had to put up with a lot over the years. She never spoke publicly about her husband's affairs, keeping her dignity despite decades of headlines." "It's what Tom does, not who he is," Linda told a rare interviewer. This simple statement captured her view on separating the performer from her husband. "Tom always insisted that Linda was the only woman for me, despite his countless affairs." Their unusual arrangement lasted. Tom recognized the pain his behavior caused as he aged, saying, "The road to Damascus realization with a lot of the drinking and womanizing was that I'd run it into the ground." Their bond grew stronger in Linda's final years, with Tom becoming more protective as her health declined. Tom later shared a bittersweet truth. Despite his notorious affairs, Linda remained the true love of his life. So, how did they build this unfaithful marriage? Building a life together. The young couple faced their first challenges as parents when they started their life together. Tom and Linda's early years of marriage set the stage for decades ahead. Their resilience was tested long before fame came into the picture. Tom and Linda welcomed their only child, Mark, just 1 month after their March 1957 wedding. They quickly adapted to family responsibilities as teenage parents at 16 years old. Tom took a job at a glove factory to support his young family. He later worked in construction while pursuing his music dreams during evenings. Both parents made sacrifices for their family's financial stability. Linda worked in a factory to help with expenses while Tom chased his singing career in London. So until I could send some money home, Linda went and worked in a factory. She didn't like it, but she did it because she believed in me, Tom once explained. Becoming a young father drove Tom's determination to succeed. I had a son at an early age, so it gave me more determination to get on with it. To make a success of myself, not only for myself, but for my family as well, he reflected. When you are married with a child, I think it gives you more drive, because you want that, for your family to be proud of you. Mark ended up following his father's footsteps into the music business, but behind the scenes. He stepped into the role of managing his father's career in 1986, after Tom's original manager, Gordon Mills, died. Mark's influence changed his father's image significantly. When Mark became my manager, he immediately got me out of the tight trousers and revamped my image, Tom said. The family's life changed dramatically after Tom's breakthrough hit its not unusual in 1965. Their household developed a unique dynamic. Tom toured globally while Linda stayed in Wales to care for their son. She chose a private life away from the spotlight during his rise to fame. The family created special memories together during Tom's international trips, which Linda and Mark occasionally joined. They later moved to Los Angeles into a £6.5 million mansion. Despite that, they kept their Welsh roots and sense of humor as Tom's career soared. Our marriage has lasted because we have the same childhood memories and Welsh sense of humor, which is slightly sarcastic, no bullshit, Tom once explained. Linda showed her love in a rare interview. I feel alive when he comes through the door, whatever the time of day or night is. People close to the couple noticed how Tom transformed from international superstar to the boy Linda married when he came home. One biographer noted, whenever Tom has stepped through the door of his home, he ceases to be Tom Jones, superstar and sex symbol, and instead reverts to being Tommy Woodward, the boy Linda married. Their relationship found its rhythm between Tom's career and family life. When he is at home, Tom does what she wants him to do. That is her time, he is hers to command, and it is a necessary haven for both of them, the biographer added. Mark's family grew when his wife Donna gave birth to their son Alex on September 3, 1983, making Tom a grandfather. Tom and Mark's 17-year age gap often surprises fans who think they look more like brothers. Tom has joked about this during a BBC Radio 1 appearance, saying they are more like brothers. Tom and Linda's relationship lasted 59 years until she died in 2016. Before making that emotional confession, Tom Jones had spent unforgettable days with that special woman. What happened in those final days that broke the heart of a legend? The final goodbye, Linda's last days. Tom Jones and Melinda Trenchard's love story came to a heartbreaking end in April 2016. Their journey together lasted almost 6 decades, until Linda fought her final battle with remarkable strength that touched everyone around her, especially her husband. Linda's extraordinary composure left a lasting impression on everyone during her final days. Tom later shared in interviews how she showed remarkable peace despite her condition. She was the calmest person in the room, he remembered fondly. He and their son Mark were like gibbering idiots, while Linda stayed peaceful and accepting of her situation. Linda became the family's source of comfort instead of the other way around. She turned to Tom during those tough final days and asked about his future. "What do you think you'll do now?" The Welsh singer couldn't hold back his emotions and admitted, I don't know whether I'll be able to sing." Her response came from a place of love and selflessness. "You've got to. You can't fall with me," she told him. "I've got to leave, but you don't have to, so don't crumble." These words later inspired Tom's touching song, "I Won't Crumble If You Fall," which stands as evidence of her final act of love. Linda's practical strength shone through her illness, just as it had throughout their relationship. She focused on well-being, even while battling terminal cancer. She knew her husband needed a path forward without her. This practical approach to death matched the simple dignity that defined her life. Tom dropped all his tour dates quickly to stay by Linda's side. He and their son Mark kept a constant watch at Cedars-Sinai Hospital in Los Angeles, where Linda received care. Their family's close bond became clear during these last moments. Mark, who managed his father's music career, showed the same steadfast dedication to his mother that had always been their family's hallmark. The connection between the three of them, which started when Tom and Linda were just teenagers, stayed strong until the very end. Linda passed away peacefully at 75 on April 10, 2016, with her husband and son beside her. The official statement described it as a short but fierce battle with cancer, ending show business's longest marriage. Tom later shared how losing Linda felt like losing a huge part of himself. Yet he honored her final wishes and returned to performing, carrying her memory everywhere. The singer who worried he might never perform again found his strength to continue, exactly as Linda knew he would. Tom chose to honor his wife's memory through quiet devotion rather than grand gestures. He keeps her ashes in a beautiful modern box next to his bed, evidence of his enduring love for the woman who truly was his life's partner. After the tearful private moments, Tom Jones could not hide his pain when appearing in public. Those images made fans feel heartbroken. What is the story behind his sad eyes? Could it be that the great loss has made the artist's heart no longer the same? Grieving in the public eye. Tom Jones faced the hardest chapter of his life after Linda's death. The legendary performer had to balance his raw grief with his public persona. He found unique ways to keep his wife's memory alive as he rebuilt his world. Behind his showman exterior, Tom's way of remembering Linda showed his tender heart. During a Zoom chat with journalist Kate Mossman, he shared something touching about Linda's final resting place. "She's in my bedroom, in a beautiful box. A modern box with a modern design on it, which I'm sure she would like. Whatever the wife wants," he said, pointing over his shoulder to her ashes. This personal detail showed how Tom kept Linda close, creating a private space that helped him stay connected even after she was gone. His words mixed grief and love, a testament to a man who stayed true to his childhood sweetheart, whatever fame or fortune came his way. The original days after Linda's death brought overwhelming pain. "Losing Linda was the lowest part of my life. I honestly didn't think I was going to get through it," he shared in an interview. He reached out to a grief therapist to help him cope. "I had to go and see a grief therapist because I kept thinking, did I do enough? Was I on the case? Did she slip away without me realizing what was happening?" Tom made a life-changing decision to return to the UK from Los Angeles after Linda passed away. They had planned this move together before her illness. "We were going to move back anyway, my wife and I. I was looking for places for us both to come back," Tom explained. Linda's last wish centered on this move. "She told me to go back last week, but she was alive. She told me to get a flat in London," Tom remembered. Their Los Angeles mansion never felt like home to Linda. "Linda wanted to come back to Britain. She was always homesick," he said with sadness. "She told me to go back. She would have loved to have come back, but we left it too late." Tom ended up choosing a London flat with one must-have feature a view of the Wheel, the London Eye. Their LA home of 18 years held too many memories. After Linda died, Tom Jones decided to sell their home in LA and move back to the UK, as staying there brought too much pain. The sale of their 5-bedroom, 7-bathroom property brought £6.5 million, much more than their original £2.1 million investment. The furniture went with the house, which worked out well for the singer as he was downsizing to a much smaller home. At 84, looking back on his life with its glory, loss, and irreversible moments, Tom Jones spends much time reflecting on the most precious thing: love. What makes him believe that, amidst all the changes, only his love for Linda is enduring and never fades. Tom's reflection at 84, a love that endured. The Welsh singing legend Tom Jones, now in his mid-80s, looks back at love and life with crystal-clear recognition of what mattered in his colourful career. His twilight years have brought him clarity that only comes from a lifetime of experiences and the sobering reality of loss. Tom has spoken more openly about his emotions since Linda passed away. "I realized she might have been the only real thing in my life," he said in an emotional interview. The singer, once known for his masculine bravado, now speaks with vulnerability about the woman who knew him before fame changed their lives. "After losing Linda, I had to go and see a grief therapist," Tom revealed. "I honestly didn't think I was going to get through it." His response came quickly and firmly when asked about remarrying. "No, I couldn't. I'm still married to Linda as far as I'm concerned." This stance shows his belief that their bond surpasses death itself. Why did he never move on emotionally? Tom believes Linda remains irreplaceable in his heart, and with good reason too. Their shared history from childhood created an unbreakable bond. Linda knew him as Tommy Woodward, not the superstar persona. Their Welsh roots and shared sense of humor created a unique understanding. "She was always the one," Tom stated simply. "No matter where I went, I always had to come back to her." Tom still performs at 84, but admits everything changed after Linda died. The man once famous for his romantic conquests now speaks only of one love. Linda meant more than being his wife. She anchored him to reality in a world of illusion and fame. "You realize that all the rest was just fun and games," he reflected. "Linda was the love of my life." What do you think about a love that lasts through time, like Tom and Linda's, a relationship that doesn't end when life ends? Do you believe that there is only one person for you for the rest of your life? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. We would love to hear from you. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more interesting updates. Thank you and see you in the next videos.